Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little tutorial here for how to play the guitar. It's a little different than probably most people have learned, but it's so simple to me, and it makes sense for your right hand, left hand type of mentality where your right hand is usually your smarter hand, your left hand is usually your slower hand, your one that's not as able, but yet in guitar, especially when you learn standard position, which is all this stuff up here, you're constantly learning how to shift your hand, alright? And so I feel like in a lot of ways that slows you down. It slows your rhythm hand down, because that's your smarter hand, so that's the hand you should be thinking with. And so what I learned over many years was a couple of different tunings and a couple of different styles that have really made it easy to play guitar, and quite literally with a couple of sessions or practicing a couple times a week, within a month you can be writing your own songs easy. That's like a long time frame for me. What I'm trying to do is take you within 5 minutes or so, you are playing and at least sounding good, and you're able to keep a rhythm or figure something out. So step one is that the strings are in an alternate tuning. It's an open D tuning, which some people call it dag-gad, which would basically be D on your top string, A on your second string, D once again on your third, G on your fourth, A on your fifth, and D once again. Dad, gad. Very simple. The only thing that I do to make it sound a little different and a little more bluesy is I will take the G and I will tune it half a step down to F sharp. Alright? Very simple. Just tune that one down and you get this. Alright? Sounds good. It's easy though. Alright, so all you have to do starting out, now there's many intricacies and different things that you can find on the guitar, sweet spots, things that go together, but what I have found is that basically all of your dots, the whole way down, you can play on any dot, on any spot on the dot, and almost shift to most other spots, whether they're on a high string or on a lower string. You're basically able to play anywhere in there. The other nice thing is normally on standard, if you are not holding a chord and you just strum open notes, like single finger notes, it'll sound terrible. But in this tuning, no matter what you play, you can play open, you can play all the strings, you can strum everything, so you're not stuck. Just doing that when you're doing single notes to start out with, you're actually able to get a full sound and everything sounds just amazing. And it has all these different areas and everything that you can play on doing that. But the other thing that you can do is then any dot, the only exception that I'll make is that 8 and 10 sound amazing, and 9 is kind of off a little sometimes. If you go 1, 2, 3 first dot, 4, 5 second dot, 6, 7 third dot, 8, 9 fourth dot, 10, 11, 12 fifth dot. And so the 12 is normally an octave higher than your open note. So the only exception to the dots formation is the 8 and 10 just sounds so much better to me. And so that's kind of nice because, all the rest of it is just first and third finger. So that kind of breaks it up to where your second finger and your pinky in there as well, playing on certain notes. You can always do the pinky on a slide. but for me it rarely gets used a lot of times. So yeah, you're able to bar the entire notes. You can do low bars. You can practice a lot of your hammer-on, pull-off stuff. You can practice your slides. Relatively easy in a lot of ways. So, you know, you can just play without having to worry about so much knowing everything. All you need to know is dots. You know, you get down to the 8 and the 10, you get in between there. But everything else is just dots. Because of that, you can create chords within the dots. You can really just try different things, and then, you know, if you get kind of tired of that sound, you can go in between the dots. Just kind of more your major, your happier sound, you know, and it's got its own little special spots all throughout too. But the other thing that you can do, starting out, is you can put a capo on, anywhere on here. Alright, very simple. So you can take it right there, you can put a capo on your 3rd fret, so you can go down to your 1, 2, 3, this would be your 3rd fret now, this would be your 5th fret, so you can go. Alright, I know I make it sound crazy, but that is because I've had so much time working with my rhythm hands, and the rest of this kind of falls in line after a while. You know, you do enough of this, not having to think so much with your fingers, but just kind of maybe walking down the strings with your fingers, find somewhere to slide. Yeah, you can just so easily sound like Zeppelin with almost little knowledge of anything going on with a guitar. And really what you're learning here is stringed instruments. You know, instead of seeing it so small, if you can learn and practice and play around on this and have fun, and you kind of get the basics of what your hands are doing, banjo, ukulele, cello is a little bit, you know, higher up there, but you can do like 70% of stringed instruments at that point. And bass guitar, you know, like it just transmutes to all these other things. And not only that, if you are terrible at rhythm, if you feel like you're terrible at rhythm, you can't keep a beat, you know, now you're practicing your rhythm, if nothing else, with the bottom of your hand as you're, you know, strumming around. Also in this tuning, you are more than welcome to play with a pick, but with me, I feel like you can generate so many different sounds because of the open tuning of the guitar that I play often without a pick, because I think it sounds a lot better. And you can, you know, play around a little bit more, because a pick makes it such a harsh thing, and this, it doesn't. You can strum 6 strings, you can strum 5, you can strum 4 strings, you know, you can strum the bottom and get a little bit in the top there for some bassier tones, you know. Yeah, you can do everything in this tuning, at least for your learning capabilities. Now, you should obviously work on standard, but I can show another one that just does one hand position instead of all these different hand positions. So, and then all you need to do on this to do a song really is to learn a square. Well, I was a man, no matter what they say I am. And I live by the law, but never without just cause. So it's easy. Go do it.